Hello, and thank you for watching this ag forecast for the southern U.S. I'm Andrew Pritchard, Senior Meteorologist with Nutrien Ag Solutions. I'm going to start you off with the satellite picture here as the sun comes up on Tuesday morning. Hurricane Sally prepared to make landfall here somewhere around the panhandle of Florida, southwestern Alabama. It's moving northward at 2 miles per hour, so pinning down the exact landfall spot, even though it is expected to happen later on today. Still a little bit difficult here with the slow and somewhat erratic movement here of Hurricane Sally, which is now a Category 1 hurricane. Here's a wide shot showing that this is about all that we have going on across the lower 48, other than some badly needed rainfall across parts of the Pacific Northwest. We'll take a closer look at Sally here. Again, straight south of Mobile, Alabama here, off to the west-southwest of... the east-southeast of New Orleans, and then off to the southwest of Pensacola, Florida here. This radar shot right at 9 o'clock this morning, Central Time. So if you're watching this video a little bit later, take an updated look at the radar there. Again, here's the latest from the National Hurricane Center. As of 7 o'clock, Hurricane Sally, maximum sustained winds of 85 miles per hour, moving off to the northwest at 2 miles per hour. And again, this is expected to spend the better part of the next 2 days across the southeast, really the next 2 to 3 days, as it'll make its way into South Carolina as a tropical depression as we move from Friday night into Saturday morning, bringing a ton of heavy rainfall again to portions of far southeastern Mississippi, southern Alabama, the panhandle Florida, and then curving off to the northeast through portions of north central Georgia and western South Carolina as we head again into Friday night into Saturday. Total expected rainfall here over the next 3 days. We're talking about 15 to 20 inches of rainfall near the landfall location here across the panhandle of Florida and southwestern Alabama. Still expecting 6 to 10 inches of rain all the way into western and northern portions of South Carolina as we head into Friday and Saturday as well. So again, slow movement here, bringing a lot of problems as we talk about heavy rainfall through this area. Again, we're looking at now the flash flood risk, a high risk across southwestern Alabama and the western portions of the Florida Panhandle. Moderate risk extends all the way into the southern half of Alabama, north central Georgia, and then western and northern portions of South Carolina. Storm surge expected to be around 6 to 9 feet from Ocean Springs over into Mobile Bay, right around 4 to 7 feet at the Alabama-Florida border, trailing off to around 1 to 3 feet through the rest of the Gulf Coast of the Florida Panhandle. 1 to 3 feet expected over there towards portions of it near the mouth of the Mississippi River. Now, we have to talk about a localized severe weather risk with this as well, talking about the potential for some isolated tornadoes in the northeast quadrant of this storm. We've already got a tornado watch that's in effect until 6 p.m. on Tuesday evening, covering southwestern Alabama and portions of the Florida Panhandle. We may see additional watches extending off to the north as we head through the later part of today into tonight as Sally continues to move off to the north. Again, it's often in the northeast quadrant of these storms that we talk about the greatest risk for tornadoes, where the wind shear is the most favorable. So as we take this through the rest of the day, getting into the overnight, again, we'll just be continuing to focus on this northeast quadrant here. This would be Wednesday morning, potentially talking about a tornado risk across the Florida Panhandle, still into southern portions of Alabama. We'll take this a little bit deeper into the day on Wednesday, getting into Wednesday afternoon. This is when we could be potentially talking about a tornado risk through southwestern portions of Georgia, southeastern portions of Alabama, and the northern portions of Florida as well. Wind field then, again, going to continue to be very intense near the center of that storm until it makes landfall and begins to wane as we head into Wednesday evening and Thursday morning. Helping to kick Sally out of here is going to be a big trough swinging in from the northwest. I'll go ahead and kind of jump back. We're going to be watching another pretty big wave coming out of the Canadian Prairie into the Great Lakes, bringing a cold front that is finally going to deliver some cooler temperatures to the southeast on the backside of Sally. So Sally meanders around, nothing really to steer it for much of the mid part of the week. But as we finally get into Friday and Saturday, kind of rejoining here with a very amplified polar jet. You see this big kind of omega shape in the jet stream where we have a trough, a ridge, and then another trough right here. Sally being picked up and then flung out over the Atlantic Ocean at this point. But this is going to allow some warmth on the backside to build across the northern U.S., but on the backside of the trough as we head into the weekend, we're going to see some cooler temperatures making their way into the northeast. We can see that with the temperature anomaly forecast here over North America. We'll go ahead and jump back. Again, Sally making its way across the southeast right now, and that's going to keep some cooler temperatures in there with cloud cover and precipitation. Meanwhile, other areas that are going to be not impacted by Sally here, from eastern Texas into portions of eastern Oklahoma, Arkansas, into the mid-south, we'll be seeing some warmer temperatures over the next several days until the front arrives right around Thursday into Friday. And then again, this is going to allow some cooler temperatures to spill into portions of the southeast, where again, we maybe thought we were going to get that last week. It wasn't meant to be, but perhaps looking at some cooler temperatures as we head into the early part of next week. Now, Sally is not all that we have to talk about as far as precipitation across the south. It's almost all that we have to talk about, but as we head into the late part of the week, we're going to bring a little bit of moisture here into parts of central and eastern Texas. We could see some shower and storm activity across this region as we head through the day on Thursday, and then potentially into Friday morning across that region before the front moves through. We'll bring in much cooler and drier air to the southeast as we head into the weekend, and that will shut precipitation down across the region. So we've got Sally, and then we've also got the chance for some locally heavy rainfall here across portions of central and eastern Texas. Most areas picking up around a half an inch or less with some of that rainfall again Thursday and Friday. We'll finish with a look at your high temperatures then as we head into the weekend. Again, coolest where we've got the impacts from Sally right now, 80s and 90s elsewhere across the region. Here are those highs on Wednesday. Thursday, here comes that cool front. Friday, look at that below average temperatures across the entire 2/3 of the eastern U.S., all the way from the Great Lakes down into the southern plains. We'll keep cooler temperatures in place until we get into the weekend. 70s is going to feel very nice with some lower humidity on the backside of that cool front. So we do have that to look forward to this weekend. Much cooler and drier air mass, a little preview of autumn across the region.